Have you ever felt like an imposter? If so, then this is for you. Okay, guys, welcome back to Transcend with Disha, where we talk all about spirituality, psychology, healing, and self empowerment. Today, we're going to talk about imposter syndrome and how to deal with it. So, I'm just going to give a general overview of what a typical imposter syndrome can look like. However, people experience it in different ways. But a general imposter syndrome is like you feel like an imposter about your work, about yourself. There is feelings of self-doubt, feelings of inadequacy, and this fear that people will perceive you as incompetent. People will perceive you as someone who's having flaws and not up to the mark. Even when there is evidence of success and achievements, someone with an imposter syndrome can really easily, subconsciously disregard those things, disregard the positive feedback. Yeah, it's such a trap. I mean, shitty place to be in, but a lot of people do suffer from this, and a lot of people who are in the public eye suffer from this. And you don't have to be in the public eye, just be feeling like this, like even at work, even at, showing up with your creativity, showing up as yourself. A lot of people face imposter syndrome, and there are a lot of reasons and a lot of precursors to imposter syndrome. Like everything goes kind of hand in hand. Root cause for imposter syndrome is like this feeling of not being enough, and a lot of people unfortunately do feel like this since childhood, that we are not good enough. Not feeling good enough is a huge part of imposter syndrome. When growing up we feel inadequate in some way, it's not that we are inadequate, but we feel inadequate. And that can cause a lot of issues like perfectionism and lack of self-confidence and being too rigid and hard on yourself. And a lot of people who face this also deal with perfectionism, fear of making mistakes, fear of being judged, fear of being seen as flawed, And I mean, when we say it like that, it does sound like, what even? Because everyone is flawed, everyone is human. But that's the thing. Someone who's dealing with perfectionism has very unrealistic high expectations of themselves, and it can really be, detrimental to their own mental well-being and confidence. I've also observed, playing small over time can build up to this imposter syndrome. A lot of people play small in their lives in whatever ways. They play small with their results and achievements. And I talked about this in someone's podcast, which haven't been released yet, that, playing small over time, whatever the reason might be that you started playing small, if it was making others feel comfortable, if it was making other value you, making others see you as them, like as equal, not being perceived as someone above them, not being perceived as someone in a pedestal, to make friends, whatever, or just even like confidence issues. Doesn't matter, whatever the reason you started playing small in your life, over time you start to believe the lies that you're selling. Over time you start to believe that you are this small. You start to take up that identity in a way that you forget your greatness. You forget your completeness. Over time, when we are consistently playing small to make others feel comfortable, or like whatever reason, at the end of the day, what are we doing? We're basically downplaying ourselves, right? When we play small, we downplay our achievements, we downplay our talents, we downplay our success, we downplay our creativity, we downplay our whole being, to accommodate others. And it's not our job to accommodate others by dimming our own light, right? But when we do play small, over time we start to believe it. We start to disregard the achievements that we already have. There's this sense of too much humility, like being humble is nice, but being too humble is not nice for your self-esteem, for your well-being. Because being too humble means you are downplaying yourself, even in your own eyes. Because when you play small over the years, you also forget how great you are. Let's for example, you achieved something and you are playing small in front of someone, so you'll be like, okay, no, it's nothing, oh, it's not a big thing, it's not a big deal, whatever. With time you tend to believe this, and with every new achievement you tend to be like, oh, it's nothing, I could have done better. So basically you don't see your progress. You become too hard on yourself. You have very high expectations of yourself, and yet you are not exactly acknowledging your achievements that you have already got. You are downplaying those in front of others, yes, but with doing so, you tend to downplay your achievements, your talents, yourself in your own eyes as well. And that's the problem. I mean, of course, that was also the problem, downplaying in front of others. But when you downplay in front of yourself, it becomes a bigger problem. Now, coming back to the bigger problem, I have observed in others and I've observed in myself that people who tend to play small their whole lives are more likely to be experiencing imposter syndrome, because they are not used to acknowledge their achievements, they are not used to acknowledge their progress. Basically, they are too hard on themselves, and this feeling of inadequacy, this feeling of, okay, I could have done better, I'm not doing enough, and I'm not giving my best. When you actually are, you are giving your best, but you think you are not giving your best. And there's this loop, there's this trap of self-doubts and inadequacy, and also this fear of being perceived as that, being perceived as someone who's incompetent, being perceived as someone who is not as good. My personal experience with imposter syndrome is I mean, you guys know that I have a YouTube channel and I'm a spiritual person. But, in the spiritual community, a lot of people are there who tend to portray the quote unquote love and light more than what is. I mean, spirituality is not about only love and light. Spirituality is it's also about deep shadow work, deep transformations, pain, transmuting pain, feeling the pain first of all, then healing the pain, feeling and healing and transmuting and energy clearing and all of that. There's a lot, okay? There's a lot going on. And in the past, I used to feel like an imposter because I used to think that I'm not that spiritual. I mean, who makes the rules? Who knows who is how much spiritual are you? But like that was my train of thought at that point of time. So don't come at me for this. I used to think that, because I was going through a lot, because I was having so much emotional turmoil and a lot of things to deal with, I felt like I was not credible enough to, help others, if that makes sense. I mean, that's not true. And I know that. And I know that now more than ever, because will you trust someone who hasn't gone through anything in your life and just preaching? Or will you trust someone who has gone through stuff and healed themselves or are working on themselves and trying to help you because they know how it feels? But that's the point, see, because I used to think that I have to heal fully before talking about it or before trying to help others with it. But I have come to terms with this, that it doesn't have to be like that. You can also heal others. You can also help others while helping yourself, while healing yourself, because healing is a lifelong journey. It's a never-ending process. It's a non-linear journey. It will never end. Your whole life you will heal from this or that, or like the same thing over and over again with a new perspective. But that's the thing, that healing is not linear, and you don't have to wait around to help people or empower people, you know? So, yeah, that was my little story. So, when it comes to dealing with this, there is no hard and fast rule that you have to do this, 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 and then you will get rid of imposter syndrome. But it's rather a process. So, the main basic core thing of imposter syndrome is not feeling good enough. Okay. So, when we start to work on that wound of ours, where it all came from, do a little self reflection, do a little bit of journaling, and when we have that compassion for ourselves, it's way easier to deal with imposter syndrome. But let's talk about practical tips too. I have found this useful because even I am someone, I don't know, I have worked on it, but I'm still working on it, who tends to look past achievements, who tends to, downgrade achievements and progress and being too hard on myself. So that's a thing that you need to change, which will majorly impact the situation positively. So try to make it a habit of, seeing your progress from time to time. For now, let's just take out your journal and write in points what things did you achieve in your whole life, okay? It's time to look at your achievements. It's time to acknowledge them and make it a habit of acknowledging your achievements, acknowledging your progress, the growth that you have been doing, the positive feedback that you get from others. I'm sure, even if you right now can't remember of anything, but I'm sure a lot of people would have given positive feedback, but your subconscious mind would have just and only taken the negative feedback. And I mean, our mind does work this way. Our brain, our mind tends to focus more on the negative side, but we have to train our mind and brain to focus more on the positive side, okay? Especially the positive feedback that we get, especially the things that we have already achieved in life. And just take a moment and acknowledge those things, because that's where it all starts. It's time that you stop downplaying your achievements. Which brings me to my next point. Stop playing small. It is time to stop playing small. Shine your light as bright as you are. It's not your job to accommodate others by dimming your light. It's not your job to make others feel comfortable. The thing that I have realized with my experience is, if you have to make someone feel, even if you have good intention for starting to play small, like you don't want to be seem like a brat, you don't want to seem like a show off, or you just want to be humble and you just want to make people feel good about themselves. That's great, okay? Those are good qualities. But we also need to have boundaries. In the pursuit of doing that, we should not self-depreciate us. So no self-deprecating jokes from now on. And also, really, really, like, stop playing small. What I learned from my experience was, if you need to, dim your light, play small, to be friends with someone, keep being friends with someone, or making others feel comfortable, then you are definitely in the wrong company. Let that soak in. If you need to play small to make others like you or make others be comfortable around you, you are in the wrong company. You owe it to yourself to, shine and let yourself shine, let yourself be free, build that confidence, and you will attract confident people who are uplifting and supportive and who are in the same wavelength as you. And that's the company to keep, because they are the real people. In the pursuit of making others feel comfortable, we tend to get uncomfortable with ourselves because we're not being ourselves, So it's time to get comfortable with your own skin. It's time to get comfortable with who you are and with all of you, with all of who you are. So these are the things that worked for me. And I could think of these things for now. Maybe someday I'll make part 2 of this because I think it's a very vast topic. So for now, I would say work on the things that I've mentioned, and it will take time. I mean, it will take time to make it a new habit. It takes at least 21 days to form a new habit. And also, it takes time to incorporate a new mindset. Our brain will try to keep us stuck at old patterns, repeating old patterns, but have to be self-aware and consciously make the choice of seeing our worth, acknowledging our progress, acknowledging our talents, acknowledging our whole being, acknowledging our achievements, acknowledging positive feedback, believing positive feedback, and not trying to be perfect. Just be you, fully you. Shine bright. And I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I'm gonna see you in my next one. Bye.